More nations joined the United States today to demand new elections in Venezuela. At a UN Security Council meeting this morning, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo urged support for Juan Guaido, who declared himself president on Wednesday. Pompeo called President Nicolas Maduro's government a, quote, illegitimate mafia state.
Now it's time for every other nation to pick a side. No more delays, no more games. Either you stand with the forces of freedom or you're in league with Maduro and his mayhem.
France, Britain, Spain, and Germany said they will recognize Guaido unless Venezuela calls new presidential elections within 8 days. New York Times reporter Ana Vanessa Herrero is covering the developments in Caracas. She joins us now via Skype. Ana, we have a situation now where you have multiple parties, multiple countries from the outside recognizing Guaido as the president, and then at the same time, you've got the military that has expressed, at least publicly, their support for Nicolas Maduro.
We are witnessing what Venezuelans know very well, two Venezuelans, two different realities in the same country. We now witness two presidents, but before we had two Supreme Courts, one in exile and one in the country, and two attorney generals, one in exile and one in the country. And the thing that caught our attention is that even though the defense minister said that there is a coup against Nicolas Maduro also said the same thing. Juan Guaido is still on the streets. He's still out there. He's still calling people to the streets. He still gathers a lot of people. He called for another huge demonstration next Wednesday, and he's still, out there, just doing what he said he was going to do: stay there until Maduro is out of the usurping presidency.
Well, what is the situation on the streets, regardless of what's happening politically? Your economy is in free fall. Food is
Right.
hard to get. Describe what it's like despite the politics.
Well, that hasn't changed at all. If anything, it's getting worse. We're talking about a hyperinflation that is projected to be 10 million% according to the Monetary Fund. Just to translate this into everyday life, we're talking about prices changing literally every day. Sometimes even in the supermarket. This is something I've witnessed, being in the supermarket and checking the price 2 or 3 times and see how they change it over an hour. And let's not forget, this is a country that it's reaching up to 70% poverty. We're talking about families that eat only just one meal a day, and even that they have to share a minimum wage that's about $8, $6 to $8 a month. I mean, the
Hmm.
life is still falling, and now the politics are just pushing towards the edge.
I want to ask, in the context of this hyperinflation, when the value of the
Mhm.
currency keeps diminishing, does this affect the loyalty of the troops whose paychecks are also becoming worth less and less?
Well, that is what experts say. It's happening exactly that, and that is why the defense minister, when he spoke immediately after, a congressman in exile, a opposition congressman in exile, jumped to Twitter and said, "Wait a minute, because this person that just appeared on TV, the defense minister that is, doesn't represent the troops. He represents the high ranks officials who are involved in criminal activities, who the United States has sanctioned already. But the troops are the real movement that, according to him and to the opposition, are with the opposition. They doesn't like this anymore. They want to change. Is this really going to happen? Well, we really don't know,
Hmm.
because high rank officials have much too much power. Let's not forget, we're talking about a 20-year regime giving power and money and business to the military. For the opposition, it's very complicated what they're looking for, what they're asking of the military.
All right, New York Times reporter Ana Vanessa Herrero joining us via Skype from Caracas tonight. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.